Thought we had enough of zombies for a while? Think again. All Zombies Must Die is a downloadable game from Double Six that pits you and 3 friends against hordes of zombies in a mix of twin-stick shooting and RPG. The game is set in the appropriately named town of Dead Hill, where you start off as Jack, a stereotypical gamer-type character, as he meets the other survivors and fights his way across the town's 8 zones, gaining experience points, leveling up, and crafting weapons along the way. It has a lighthearted sense of style that you don't see in many other zombie games. It has a nice cartoonish look to it, but the character models are rather grotesque when seen up close. And while there's no voice acting, the dialogue makes a lot of references and in-jokes that gamers can appreciate. For example, Jack spends a lot of time trying to convince his fellow survivors that they're in a video game, pointing out all the obvious tropes. This is a game that knows it's a game, and it doesn't let you forget it. But besides that, the writing is pretty weak, though the game does admit that too. As for the gameplay, it's essentially a twin-stick shooter with some role-playing elements thrown in. You kill zombies to gain experience points and level up, and you distribute skill points across 4 attributes. Basic RPG stuff, really. It also features a simple crafting system that lets you combine weapons with elements to make some pretty unique stuff. I mean, mowing through zombies using a flaming chainsaw is pretty darn satisfying. However, the controls are rather clunky and unintuitive, and the game does a rather terrible job at teaching you. But the biggest problem with All Zombies Must Die are its quests. While quests are what advance the story here, they're all pretty much fetch quests. You are usually told to kill a certain number of zombies or collect a certain item from them, and that in itself gets pretty old. But it gets worse. Most of the quests given to you come from the robotic gatekeepers that separate the zones. You have to complete a quest from them just about every time you want to pass a gate, making moving across the town an extremely irritating and repetitive experience. And on top of that, it is really easy to become overwhelmed by zombies, and the game only saves when you travel between zones. You could spend half an hour completing a quest in one zone, only to be killed completing the gate quest required to leave, and you'd have to start over from when you first entered the zone. It's frustrating, to say the least. And while this game is very much co-op focused, there is no online multiplayer, which is absolutely inexcusable in a modern game like this. All Zombies Must Die is a game that seems like it has a lot going for it, but its severe downfalls overpower it. For its extreme repetitiveness and its lack of online multiplayer, All Zombies Must Die gets a 6 out of 10. For the latest in video game news and reviews, head on over to VGTribune.com.